Good morning, guys. Good morning. Can you hear me? Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you doing today? Good morning. If you can hear me, please drop a comment. If you can hear me, please drop a comment. If you can hear me loud and clear, please drop a comment. How are you doing today? What pairs are you considering trading today? Let's look at the chart together. Can you hear me? How is the sound? Please confirm. Can you see my screen? Can you hear me loud and clear? Please, I need you to confirm. The sound is okay. You can see my screen. Drop a comment if you can hear me loud and clear. Good to have you in on this live stream. Drop a comment if you can hear me loud and clear. Drop a comment if you can hear me loud and clear. Waiting for your response. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I'm waiting for your comments. I want to be sure you can hear me loud and clear. You can also see my screen. Please confirm by commenting. Good morning. I welcome you to today's live stream. Today is 11th February 2025. 11th February 2025. You're welcome. You're welcome. So let's go straight to business. Okay. So we'll start by looking at the fundamentals. Okay. Today, like I said, is Tuesday, February 11th, and on the governor of Bank of England will be speaking by 1:15 p.m. Okay. His name is Bailey. Governor Bailey will be speaking by 1:50 p.m. and also Fed Chair Powell would also be speaking by 4 p.m. So we should expect high volatility on GBP USD pair. Should expect high volatility on GBP USD pair. If you don't know how to trade the news, you could consider trading cross-currency pairs. Cross-currency pairs. Those are pairs that don't have USD. Pairs without USD. If you don't know how to trade the fundamentals, you should focus on trading cross-currency pairs. So let's go to the chart. If there's any pair you want us to look at, please drop it in the comment section. Okay. So let's go to the chart. So I'll start with GBP USD. So my thoughts on GBP USD, my expectations on GBP USD. This is my expectation. Okay. I might be wrong, but this is what I'm saying on GBP USD, and this is my game plan for GBP USD for today's markets. Okay, so as you can see, GBP USD is currently at a discount area. GBP USD is at a discount area. As you can see, it is below level 50. It is below Fibonacci level 50. As you can see, it's at a discount area. Okay, it's at a discount area, and you can see we have a fair value gap at this discount area. So I want to see GU fill this gap. Okay, now after GU fills this gap, the candlestick pattern that forms would determine if I would go bullish. Can you hear me? I would wait for a 4-hour candle to close after these gaps, after this fair value gap gets filled. Okay, if a bullish reversal pattern forms after this gap gets filled, I would be going bullish on GBP USD. Like I told you guys during the weekend session we had, I told you guys my bias for GU for the week is bearish. So this buy is a short-term buy. Is a short-term buy. Please note that the bias, the weekly bias for GU remains bearish. It remains bearish. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? So for today's market, I'm considering selling or buying GU for today's market, but for the week, GU is bearish. I hope you're with me. Hope you're getting me. Okay, so at the moment, GU is about to fill this fair value gap, and I think this bearish move we've seen so far. Let's go to daily. Let's go to daily. So you can see yesterday candle closed as a doji. It closed as doji, which indicates change in trend from bearish to bullish. And most retail traders, after the formation of this doji last night, most retail traders would have executed buy. And their stop losses would be at the low of this candle. So I think this bearish move we're seeing in the market at the moment is to clear the liquidity residing at yesterday low, and that they have achieved. They have cleared the liquidity residing at this previous low, and the next thing they want to do is to fill this fair value gap. That's the plan. I think that's the plan. They want to fill this fair value gap. Once this fair value gap gets filled, then one can look for a buy opportunity. That's my take on GU for today's market. I'm considering buying GBP USD. Is that clear? Any question? Any question? Any question? Let me know before we move to the next pair. Let me know before we move to the next pair. Is there any pair you want us to look at together? Drop it in the comment section. Okay, let's look at GJ. GJ also, my bias for GJ for today's market is bullish. So let's start with the daily candle. So you can see yesterday candle closed bullish. It closed bullish after clearing liquidity residing at the low of Friday candle. You can see liquidity got cleared at this point. You can see that, and the candle closed bullish. So let's go down to 4 hour. On 4 hour, okay, let's go down to 1 hour. I'm sure price just filled the fair value gap. Let's see. So on, okay, let's see 15 minutes. Let's see 15 minutes. On 15 minutes, let's see. It's likely price just filled. Okay, so on 15 minutes, can you see this on 15 minutes? We had the fair value gap on 15 minutes. Can you see this fair value gap on 15 minutes? Price just tested that fair value gap. Can you see that? Price just tested that fair value gap. And also price had cleared Asian low. You can see price has cleared Asian low. Can you see that? So this is a buy opportunity on GBP JPY, but we have to wait for this candle to close. Okay, 1 hour candle has closed. Okay, this was the previous 1 hour candle, so we need to wait for this 1 hour candle to close. If this 1 hour candle closes bullish, one can consider going bullish on GBP JPY. One can consider going bullish on GBP JPY. Are you with me? Are you with me? Can you hear me? Drop a comment if you can hear me. Okay, so if this current 1 hour candle closes bullish, you should consider going bullish on GBP JPY. And if you are buying GBP JPY, you could set your take profit at this previous high. Okay, You could set your TP at this previous high, or you could set your TP at this fair value gap. You could use this fair value gap as your TP level, and your stop loss should be few pips below the low of this candle. Your stop loss should be few pips below the low of this candle. Any question on GJ? My bias on GBJPY today is bullish. On GU, it is also bullish. Okay, but we need to wait for the current 1 hour candle to close bullish before we consider going bullish on GBPJPY. I hope that is clear. I hope that is clear. So that's my take on GJ. Okay, let's look at one or two more instruments before we end the session. Let's look at gold. Gold. Let's start with the daily. Yesterday candle closed. It was strongly bullish on gold. It was strongly bullish on gold. Bullish on gold. Okay. Let's go down to 4 hour. So you can see the pattern we have on 4 hour. This is a bearish reversal pattern. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? If you can hear me, drop a comment. This is a bearish reversal pattern on gold. This is a bearish reversal pattern on gold. Like I advised you guys yesterday, if you're considering buying gold, because long term gold is still bullish. If you are considering buying gold, wait for price to pull back to a discount area before you buy gold. Okay, wait for price to pull back to a discount area before you buy gold. So I would expect gold to pull back to this zone before going bullish on gold. So you can take advantage of the pullback. Okay, you can take advantage of the pullback. I wouldn't advise that you buy gold at the current market price. Wait for price to pull back to a discount area before you buy gold. Okay, wait for price to pull back to a discount area on gold. These are the areas, or these are the zones you should be considering buying gold. These are the zones you should consider buying gold. Gold long term is still bullish. Okay, it is still bullish. So that's my take on gold. Gold is still bullish, but if you want to sell, that it should be a short-term sell. Short-term sell, okay? Because what we have on 4 hour at the moment is a bearish reversal pattern. If you want to risk selling, man, the risk is too high. Personally, I can't take this trade. The risk is too high. Because if I decide to sell from the current market price, my stop loss will be at this level, which is 318 pips. I can't afford to take that risk. I can't afford to take that risk. You can see, and if I'm selling from the current market price, this will be my first take profit. This will be my first take profit. So if you look at the risk compared to the reward, you would agree with me that this is a poor risk reward. The risk reward is very, very poor. The risk reward is very poor. So I wouldn't trade gold. I wouldn't sell gold. I'll wait for price to pull back to a discount area before going bullish on gold. Okay, let's look at Australian dollar USD. Okay, Australian dollar USD. My bias on Australian dollar USD is bullish. Let's start with the daily. So yesterday candle, as you can see, yesterday was strongly bullish on Australian dollar USD. So after the formation of yesterday candle, what pattern do we have on lower time frame? What pattern do we have on lower time frame? Let's go to 4 hour. So on 4 hour, I believe a fair value gap was created. Let's see. Let's go to 1 hour. A fair value gap was created. Let's see on 1 hour. So on 1 hour, you can see we had a fair value gap here that was created. Can you see the fair value gap? Can you see the fair value gap? Price had already tested, though it didn't fill it entirely, it tested that zone. And you can see immediately price entered into that zone, filled that gap. You can see what happened. Can you see that? Can you see that? So my bias on AUD USD for today's market is bullish. There is a high probability AU would clear the liquidity residing at this previous high. It's going to clear the liquidity residing at this previous high. Remember my bias, my weekly bias on AU remains bearish. My bias on AU, GU, EU still remains bearish. But for today's market, I'm going bullish on those pairs. Okay, I'm going bullish on those pairs for today's market. So that's my take on Australian dollar USD, Mr. Victory. I hope that is clear. So as you can see, it's been bullish. But I wanted to take a trade on AU. I would have entered buy after the formation of this 1 hour candle. I would have bought here. My stop loss, I would have used maybe 10 pips or 15 pips as my stop loss. Then my target would be this. Okay, 15 pips for 32 pip. That is a good risk reward. I would have bought from this point. But if I decide to buy from the current market price, the risk reward will be very poor. The risk reward will be very poor. So if you still want to buy AUD USD, I would advise, you can see, if we buy from the current market price, the risk will be 23 pips and our TP will be 70 pips. That's a very poor risk reward. So if you insist on buying AUD USD today, patiently wait for price to pull back to this area. You can see we have a fair value gap here. You can see this fair value gap. Patiently wait for price to pull back to fill this fair value gap before you go bullish. That will be my take on AUD USD. Okay, patiently wait for price to pull back to this area before you go bullish. Okay, so that is it. Euro Aussie should be bearish. Euro Aussie should be bearish. You can see Euro Aussie is bearish. Euro Aussie is what? Is bearish. Is bearish. Let's start with the daily time frame. Let me use this. Let's start with the daily time frame. So EA is still bearish. You can see yesterday candle closed strongly. It's closed strongly bearish. Okay, closed strongly bearish after clearing liquidity residing at this previous low. You can see it has cleared liquidity residing at this previous low. So it's likely aiming for this fair value gap. It's aiming for this fair value gap. It wants to come fill this fair value gap. That is what I think would play out on Euro Australian dollar. It's likely going to come and fill this fair value gap before going bullish. My weekly bias on Euro Aussie is bullish, but at the moment it's still bearish. So it's likely going to come and fill this fair value gap before going bullish. Okay, I hope that is clear. We've looked at GBP USD, GBP JPY, Australian dollar USD, Euro Aussie. We've also looked at gold. Okay, so just pick one of those instruments and and trade. Okay, just focus on one instrument. You can trade GBP USD or GBP JPY or Euro Aussie. Like I said, if you're not good at trading the fundamentals, you should trade cross currency. So you either trade GBP JPY or Euro Australian dollar. Okay, if you're not good at trading fundamentals, trade GBP JPY or Euro Australian dollar. So that will be it for this session. I appreciate you for your participation. I wish you a profitable trading day. Bye for now.